Welcome into the after party, the weekly coaches show following Friday night tailgate party. It's the final countdown. At least for one team in Southeast Texas, Woodville's historic season continues as they are the only team from our viewing area competing in the state semifinals. Congratulations to the Eagles on this run. We're going to do things a little differently once again this week. Woodville's run game is not something that anyone wants to take lightly, and it was something that was on full display in that Dangerfield contest. Physicality of that team just pushing through, making those plays and holding the Tigers back from scoring until literally time expired. That was the only time Dangerfield got in the end zone in this contest. This game showcased Tavian Hunter in full force, being an absolute beast on both sides of the ball and making those big plays for his team when they needed it most. Certainly something they're going to want to take with them as they head into their state semifinal match. Well, here to talk all things state semifinals, coming to us once again from Woodville, Ty Robinson, thank you so much for joining us once again. Great to talk to you. Big win against Dangerfield. Your takeaways?
Played really well. We were really harped on special teams during the week, and our kicking game did a tremendous job. Had some missed tackles, but for the most part, our coverage was really good. Defensive line really overwhelmed their offensive line. We were able to put pressure on their quarterback. I believe we had 10 sacks. Defensive backs did a great job of covering those guys, and they were very, very skilled. Had a really good quarterback. Offensive line once again took over the game, and it was really the key to our victory. And we were able didn't throw it for a whole lot of yards, but we were able to. I think we had 376 on the ground, something like that. I don't remember the exact number, and did really good. Tavian Hunter had a big night again, offensively and defensively. I think he had 10 carries for 135 yards, maybe. And Barlow and Zayon did a great job, and then actually Tanner Ledoux went in and did some good stuff for us in the running game. And then our quarterback Luke Babin, he also had a few pulls, so we were pleased with that. Played really, really well. Didn't make a ton of mistakes. Certainly was not our best game by any stretch of the imagination. And we need to fix those things, or it's going to be over pretty quick. Everybody can play at this point.
Coach, you gave us a restaurant recommendation last time you were on here, although I don't think it made the cut. I got to ask, did you get that celebratory El Toro, some quesadillas, chips and queso, maybe some flautas?
No, we went Chicken Express with the spicy tendies.
Okay, spicy chicken tendies. Got it. Now, I know you said you may feel that this wasn't your guys' best performance, but you did shut down Dangerfield for most of that game, really giving yourself a good cushion after the first half and a good safety net there. How are you able to make those kinds of reads where you would have locked it down and say, hey, I'm not going to let you guys move the chains. This is my turf?
Well, we figured they were going to have a hard time with our defensive line, and a lot of one-on-one matchups with that we thought we could win, and we did, and that allowed us to drop 7 into coverage and really get underneath a lot of their deep routes that they wanted to do. And I think we that frustrated them early, and then us being able to run the ball, and it kind of got out of control for them pretty quick. Honestly, it should have been 40-0 at halftime. We were on the 5-yard line with as time expired in the first half. So it was probably the score. We probably dominated it a little bit more than the score actually indicated.
Tavian Hunter, an absolute unit for your team. When looking ahead to your next opponent, how do you switch up the schemes to try and make sure that, he doesn't get blocked and maybe your other guys get the ball in their hands so that you're still able to make those big explosive plays like we saw at Dangerfield?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't start on offense. I mean, he kind of comes in. We have some packages set up for him, or he might come in to spell one of our other backs. But we don't really do anything special when he's in the game. He's just a playmaker, and him coming on offense is kind of like the sixth guy coming off the bench in a basketball game. It's just kind of a change of pace type of guy, and then he's a great player. He makes plays. He's special. But when when he's scoring, you got guys blocking for him, and like some of those backs, Barlow and Zayon Williams, they're blocking for him. The offensive line is blocking for him, and then Tavion, he'll be the first one that tells you that.
Speaking of the next match on the calendar, you have Tidehaven coming your way. What are you anticipating from them?
They are a great team. They maybe not the most talent in the world, but they are tough. They are physical. They execute really well. They have it doesn't matter what you do defensively or offensively, they're going to have answers for it. Their kicking game is really squared away. David Lucio is their head coach. We had some battles when we were both coaching down in South Texas before I came to Woodville, and he's a great football coach. He is he's going to have those kids ready to play. He is they've been at this stage before. They played in the state championship game last year and gave Gunner a run for their money, so they're used to this. The stakes that you're playing at this time of year, and and then we haven't, and we've got to. They're going to have the experience factor, and we're going to have to not let all the distractions bother us. Everybody patting you on your back, telling you how good you are, and and that's great. We love that. We love the support. We love what we're able, the pride this is bringing to our community right now. But we can't get lost in that. We've got to continue to focus, and we got a chance tomorrow to get better at practice, and we have to do that.
You mentioned how Tidehaven is used to being in this position, but then again, this is a historic season for the Woodville Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, like I told the kids, and I've told a lot of people, we'll do that. We'll do that when the season's over with. Hopefully that's in 12 days. But the time is definitely to not pat yourself on the back or anything like that, because again, that's the key with people that are playing in this time of year is you can't get lost in the noise and the distractions. You have to focus on your preparation.
Thursday night game, so that means it's one less day for you guys to practice during the week, but I guess the same goes if you guys play in the state title matchup on the 19th. So really the preparation, I guess, is kind of the same for the next 2 weeks, but how do you prepare for a Thursday night match versus a Friday night match?
It just compresses your timeline. You don't usually have. Sometimes on Mondays you can kind of maybe you think on Sunday and Saturday, hey, this is a good idea. Then you practice it on Monday, and maybe it's not such a good idea, so you tweak it for Tuesday, and it kind of it lowers your margin of error for the decisions you make game planning on the weekend. You need to have that. You need to have that right. But I mean, we've done it before. We played our last district game against Kuntz on a Thursday. We played Anahuac on Thursday this year. We played several playoff games in the past on Thursday, and it's not been a big factor. They're on the compressed time schedule as well.
For those who may still doubt the Eagles' ability, why not Woodville?
I mean, I could care less what anybody thinks. What people doubting, they're completely irrelevant to what we're doing. You can't worry about all that. We're the only people that matter are the coaches and those kids in that room. That's what's going to make the difference between whether or not we win or lose. And people can doubt, people can cheer all they want.
Well, best of luck to you, Coach. Hopefully you and I are talking here once again in about a week to talk all things state championships. That's all from me at the sports desk. Be sure to tune in this Thursday for all of your coverage from the 3A D2 state semifinals.